Right.
You were deeply involved in the impeachment of Bill Clinton. In fact,
Right.
many people enthusiastically supported you, and a lot of people believe that you were elected to the Senate because of your actions, and that you've held on and enjoyed a great deal of popularity. Based on your experience then, Senator Graham, and what you know now, or what you know up to this point, how would you compare the actions of the two presidents in terms of their actions being an impeachable offense?
Okay, a high crime and misdemeanor. What was my beef with Bill Clinton? Not that he lied about having sex with an intern. To me, that was in a category A, not a high crime misdemeanor. What was a high crime or misdemeanor was when he manipulated the evidence in a lawsuit brought by an individual American against the most powerful person in the world regarding sexual harassment. He tried to hide the evidence in the Paula Jones suit. He tried to manipulate testimony about Monica Lewinsky, tried to get her to lie, basically, and he tried to destroy every woman who was involved in the process of making accusations. He used his office in a personal way to destroy people who had gone through our legal system to hold him accountable. The 30-day notice requirement, there's a debate as to whether or not the inherent authority of a president would allow him to do a prisoner swap or deal with detainees as commander-in-chief without notifying the Congress. My belief is that the notification requirement was abandoned here because he didn't want to hear the answer. We would have said no.
But it was unlawful, correct?
Well, see, I'm just trying to be bound. Like I say, I believe in the inherent authority of a president. You know, I supported Bush. We can't micromanage a war. The 30-day notice requirement, I think, was a reasonable exercise of congressional oversight regarding wartime activities.
But are you suggesting, though, Senator Graham, that the misdeeds of Bill Clinton were over the whole Monica thing were worse than releasing five?
No, the consequence of releasing 5 Taliban prisoners is enormously destructive to our national security interest. It incentivizes future kidnapping, and these guys will go back to the fight to kill Americans.
So if the law was broken to do that, in your view, I mean, should there...
That's the question.
Right.
The consequence of his decision is catastrophic for our national security
But
interest.
Impeachment is not an option.
I don't think that the 30-day notice requirement, I think you can have a reasonable debate about does that usurp inherent authority of the commander.
Right.
In Clinton's case, it was pretty clear to me that when you manipulate the evidence, when you entice people to lie, when you conceal evidence from a court, that is a high crime or misdemeanor.
I got you. All right, Senator Graham, always willing to come on the show and address a lot of these very, very problematic issues. Good luck next week. And I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us, Senator Graham.
Thank you.
Appreciate you joining us. Senator Lindsey Graham, who is, and he served 6.5 years as on active duty as an Air Force lawyer, and he continues to serve as a member of the U.S. Air Force Reserves. He's the only U.S. Senator to do so. More of the Mike Gallagher Show coming up.